Man, this morning right now I'm on my way to work, and it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. No, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was just a few minutes ago. This guy in the carpool lane was on a motorcycle, and he was driving fast. Motorcycles are always faster than cars. They speed down the carpool lane. We have these carpool lanes here in California. I don't know if they have them in other states where you can kind of speed past all the traffic, but there wasn't really that much traffic because it's kind of early, and I travel to work against the traffic. I looked over at the motorcyclist, and I noticed his backpack was open, and you could see all of his papers starting to creep up out of his backpack. So I'm thinking this guy is probably a student or something like that, and I'm thinking to myself, oh no, no. I'm like, all his papers, whatever work he has in that backpack is about to come all the way out of his bag and fly and be strewn all over the freeway. And there was no way I could warn him because he was riding so fast. He was probably a good 20, 30 yards ahead of me and climbing. He was picking up. He was actually increasing the distance between himself and me. And I wanted so bad to catch up to him and just to warn him and say, man, look, slow down, get off the freeway, fix your backpack. You're about to lose everything you have in there. And he realized his backpack was open at one point, and I saw him reach back, and he was trying to zip up his backpack while he was traveling probably 80 miles an hour on his motorcycle. And I thought to myself, well, cool, at least he knows he'll get out of the carpool lane, get off the freeway, get off of his bike, and zip up his backpack. But he didn't do that. He stayed on his bike, stayed in the carpool lane, continued to travel about 80 miles an hour, and with his left hand, he continued to struggle to try to zip up his backpack and ride furiously fast to work or wherever he was headed, to school. And probably 45 seconds into his struggle, everything just exploded out of his backpack. Everything. I mean, and I saw him look behind him, and he just was kind of like in disgust, and he kind of snapped his fingers like, I can't believe what just happened. And I felt terrible for the dude. I mean, I was like, oh, no. Because there's no way he can get the materials back. You can't stop and walk back, and I mean, that stuff is everywhere. It's all over the freeway. It's one of those one and done situations where this mistake is a permanent mistake, and fortunately he wasn't hurt and he wasn't in an accident, but whatever work he had in that backpack is gone. And it could have been prevented, man, if he had just slowed down and gotten off the freeway. And I felt bad, but I immediately felt like it was a metaphor. I've been talking lately about being naked and ashamed, and how people are intimidated by the truth, because when you face the truth in your life, you have to ask yourself all kinds of tough questions that most people don't want to face up to. I said last time that the thing with those tough questions is that they're not hard questions. They're just honest questions that when you ask yourself those questions, you have to answer them with courage. And when you realize that you are living the kind of life that you weren't meant to live, you have to make changes. And most people are intimidated by that truth because they don't want to make changes. It's too painful, and it's too arduous, and it's too demanding. And God bless that brother on the motorcycle, man, But I thought it was just a perfect metaphor. Can you imagine? You're going so fast in one direction in your life, trying to repair your life while while traveling a speed that does not befit repair. It seems like while you can fuel in midair, kind of like Air Force One, the airplane, it can fuel while it's flying. You can get fuel while you're moving through life at a rapid pace, but it's very difficult to repair yourself, first of all, and it's even more difficult to repair yourself while traveling at a great rate of speed in a direction you shouldn't be going in the first place. And I know it's real philosophical and all that, but I just thought, man, that's a metaphor for slowing down and the value of actually prioritizing slowing down for the sake of repairing the things that are wrong. And the things that are wrong could be any number of things. It could be the way you approach practice if you're an athlete. It could be your attitude towards your teammates or your family. It could be your wanton attitude toward how you live your life and for pleasure instead of doing the right things. But whatever the case, man, slow down, repair. There's a value to it because you don't want to make a permanent mistake that can't be corrected. There's some things in this world that once they're done, man, you're done. Anyway, just thoughts on a Monday morning. 6man.com.